Yo, what up everybody? Good morning. Another fine day of Motojitsu practice at our new spot. Anyways, today we got an awesome drill. We got a chicane or like a weave with two gates here. They're about, double arms distance apart. So what is that? Like 4 or 5 feet. So we go through here, we weave through here, weave through there. And then he's got what they call is like a, looks like a number 2 almost. So it's like a 90-degree turn, about 5 feet apart. Like this way, wide, and then a quick 90-degree turn, and then it slopes off, kind of like another turn right over here, which is kind of cool. So we go from there, come back around, and then of course we have braking drills. So he says about 20 miles an hour. That's 20 feet, so 20 feet apart, and you try to stop within that distance. So very nice. We actually got some new people here that showed up for practice. It's awesome. And well, I guess enough chit chat. It's time to get that. Let's get it on. All right. Well, first things first, it's time to warm up the tires. I'm gonna start warming it up just a little bit. I ain't playing about skidding all over the place, especially with stuff that has to deal with traction, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna ride around and chill. Start scrubbing some of that heat in. All right, so for today's practice, I guess we're not supposed to use any brakes at all. So either front or rear brake, it's all throttle and clutch control. So that's how I started learning first without the brakes. So that's gonna be kind of fun. I can't wait to start it. So let's try this now, huh? Nice. My turn. Let's do this. Okay, so no brake. Here we go. First run through. Look where I want to go, not where I am at. Nice. Oh, 90-degree turn. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's try a little bit faster this time. Woo! That's some serious lean. And yeah, mama. Booyah! Nice. Let's try some braking, shall we? All right, here we go. Go 20 miles an hour. Okay, here we go.
A little bit more front brake in the middle of the stop.
A little bit more front brake in the middle of the stop. Got it, thanks. Nice. You know what's crazy though? I'm going 20 miles an hour and I was had more room to play with in 20 feet. You saw that, right? I'm all about that. Yeah. Here we go. It's all about going wide, set up the turn. There you go. See, with that, what I've been doing is I disconnect myself from the bike and use the clutch and all that good stuff. And I use a lot of body position. So with my cruiser, because I have like these, what do you call it, the engine guards, the floorboard, stuff like that. Cruisers inherently have very low ground clearance. We're really short on the ground. So if I start leaning the bike in any which way, I scrape real quick, which you heard me just a few, was the last couple scenes ago. So what's imperative is that one, speed to get the momentum going, to get all the good, gyroscopic effects go on with the tires and everything, and yada yada yadas, all the scientific stuff, scientifical. But body position, head and eyes movement, all that good stuff, it all comes into play of trying to make these turns. But it's all about setting up the turn too. So nice. Here we go. See if I could get some more brake practice in.
So raise your hand if you're having trouble with the sharp turn. Okay. It's a left-handed turn, correct? So where should your front tires be if you're ever going left? On the right. Way on the outside. So if there's 2 lines of cones like this, and then there's a left turn, a lot of you guys, I'm seeing you guys going wide or not making it, your front tire is really close, or you're like in the middle or on the inside, and you're never gonna make it. You're going left, just if you're going 1 mile per hour or 100, you always wanna start on the outside. So if these are the line of cones, get your front tire almost touching the outside cones. You just give yourself more real estate. You're making it way tighter than what it needs to be, a lot of the time causing you guys to go wide. And if you look at the cones, what's gonna happen? You'll probably go directly towards them. So as you're turning your head, nobody does this, like you're planning your route. As you turn your head, you're scanning, you're kind of drawing a painted line in your head of where you want to end up, because nobody does this. right? There's not a gap in your scene. You're turning your head and you should be looking at where you want to be going. But before you ever get there, you're not looking there anymore. Look up where you want to go next. For emergency braking, a lot of you guys need to take the 5-pound weight that's in your foot because you're just slamming on the rear brake. I told half you guys stop using the rear brake because the majority of the power is in the front brake. Raise your hand if you're on a cruiser style bike. So you guys have 70%, if not more, in the front. There's a little bit more weight on the rear. Everybody else, we have 90%, if not more, in the front. So the reason why the front brake has so much damn power, the reason why it has to focus and make you stop really fast, when you get on the brakes, the suspension starts to collapse, right? All your weight, the motorcycle's weight, everything starts going to the front tire, smashing the front tire into the ground. The part of the tire that touches the ground, the contact patch, it becomes bigger, bigger, bigger. All that weight goes to the front. That's why you have so much grip. But the tires cannot handle an abrupt load by grabbing the brake. You can flip over the handlebars, you can just wash out, right? Like the low side. You need to load and progressively squeeze the front brake to get the tire, to get the suspension to go down, to get your weight to go on the tire, to have that progressive squeeze, 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 and really smash it into the front tire. That's why it's so powerful. So if you're a numbers guy, the front brake is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 100. Some of you guys are going 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. That's still a grab, even if it's in the middle of the stop. So one progressive squeeze. Like if I tossed you an orange and told you to squeeze the juice out of it, what would you do? Right, that's how you squeeze the front brake. It's one smooth increasing squeeze. First set of 2 cones right there. You're going through a green light, right? An idiot blows through the red light, and you gotta be able to stop. So just stop the bike, don't hit the car. That's good. That's part 1 of stopping. What we're now gonna do, and I'm gonna demonstrate in practice, is part 2 of stopping. You have the green light, car blows through. You gotta stop really fast, right? Good, you didn't hit the car. But the person behind you is texting, they're not gonna stop. So not only do you have to stop, you gotta learn how to get out of the way so you don't get killed from stupid behind you. This is part 2 emergency braking. So stop, and once you guys stop, you gotta always make sure you are in first gear. If you try to take off in second or third, or you find the wrong gear, you're gonna get smashed. So second gear, absolute minimum. If you wanna go up to third gear, that's fine. But I would just practice second gear, going, stop just like normal, 20 miles per hour. Once you come to a dead stop, before your left foot, for any stop sign, stop light, emergency braking, before your left foot ever comes off the peg, guarantee make sure you're in first gear before your left foot comes off. Once you come to a stop, both feet down, 1 foot down, it doesn't make a difference. Just go. Don't waste time trying to put your feet back on the pegs and trying to get comfortable and then take off. A truck is not stopping behind you, they're about to kill you. So once you come to a stop, go. Immediately take off. So first, I'm gonna jump on the bike. I'm gonna do a couple demonstrations of a couple things, and then we'll go back to practicing.
Woo! That's a lot of rear brake.
That's obviously, right? I turn the handlebars on purpose to prove when you're skidding, you're still gonna go straight. You can't turn. And if your wheels are out of alignment like that, if I would have let go of my rear brake, guess what would have happened? It would have regained traction, went right behind the front tire where it wants to be, and I would have flew over the handlebars. That's the high side. The rear brake. What did I do with the front brake? Touch it. Well, I used it, but that's unfortunately what a lot of people do. They reach up, they touch the front brake for 1% and expect the rear brake to stop them. You know what's really crazy? You go to dealerships and ask service people, what's the relationship between people ordering rear brake pads versus front brake pads? It's like 10 to 1. How? Dude, the rear brake has no power damn near. You can use the rear brake alive, just practicing and do whatever you want to do. But if you're doing emergency braking, dude, it's all on the front brake. That's where you got to have the power and practice with, right? That was 20 miles per hour, no front brake damn near, skidding the rear tire. Look how long it took me to stop. So if the first 2 green cones was the beginning of the intersection, and a car did blow through the red light, what just happened to me? That was a good example of what not to do, right? Same speed, same everything, now do the correct technique, and you tell me the difference.
Bam. Nice.
Ease the front brake. If you watch my suspension, this is what emergency braking should look like. You begin braking, all the suspensions drop down to the very end of the stop, and then it rebounds, right? And that's how you actually stop. Eyes looking straight, not skidding the rear tire. That's the goal. Right? If your rear tire comes off the ground a little bit, like a little stoppy at the very end, that's a perfect quick stop. The energy goes up instead of forward. A 1 foot high stoppy can save you 2 feet of forward momentum. What's more important? Doing a little stoppy at the end, or going 2 more feet forward and hitting the 6-year-old that just jumped in front of you? That's no problem. If your rear tire does come off the ground, it should be spinning. Why in the world would you have rear brake pressure if the tire's not even on the ground? And the whole time trying to keep your eyes up, squeezing the knees against the tank so you can stay relaxed, right? So that's what you guys are doing, just starting and stopping. And I'm gonna do what we're about to do now. You stop the bike, don't hit the kid or whatever. Now a car is not stopping behind you. So you gotta look in the mirror, oh my God, and take off. Right? In line at a green light. Light turns green, you take off, go 5 feet and stall it. The car behind you just went right back to their phone. You got to be able to be in control of your bike and have confidence with it, right? You got to be able to go and not stall. Very good?
Yeah.
All right. Practice, practice, practice.
Chit chat, let's get that. Woo. All right, so 20 miles an hour, quick stop, both feet on the ground and go. That's basically like if somebody was on their cell phone, behind.
Stop, go.
You know what? I am all about braking drills because that means it could potentially be saving at least one life. You know, you can save my own, the child that ran out across the streets, both of ours, the family that is in the car but the driver's not paying attention. You know, golly. And that's what's kind of so important about this. But you know what I love about braking drills is that it gives you confidence, you know what I mean? It's like that high stress level training that, you know, when you get that oh my gosh moment, your body just takes over and you do things the right way. So the whole key of this is don't skid, come to a stop, basically avoid your road hazard, right? So here we go. Boom, and then go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go through the course one more time. So remember, no brakes. See, hand off brake. See how fast I could go through this. Here we go. Setting up the turn. It's all about the clutch, head and eyes. I'm actually leaning over the bike because the cruiser has to stay upright. Lean angle takes away ground clearance. And so if I change my body position, I'm able to keep the bike more upright, which means more ground clearance, less chance to scrape, and I can still go around and move. Yeah, Motojitsu. Here we go, my turn. Hey, man, that came out pretty good. I took off before you could say anything. That's pretty funny. All right, everybody. Well, this was an awesome practice session. As I said, if you're ever in San Diego or anything like that, you got to come on out, hit up Fast Eddie on Motojitsu, where the locations of practice is going to be, and you're going to meet some great people. Got a bunch of people here that are new to the group, but a lot of solid people. They're always here all the time, and dude, this is great. Look at, they're talking about bikes, all this other good stuff, and of course you get to learn some really cool things that you can use on the street in real life. So until next time, please hit like. You know, if you like this video, share it, and of course smash that subscribe button. And until next time, peace.